Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's Oddball Monday, Monday the 30th of November, and I say oddball not in a cool way like Oddball from Kelly's Heroes. There's a couple of peculiar mods today, some strange things going on. We have some updates, I think 4 today. The updates are as follows. From left to right, the Lizard T032 by Borsuk Mods, KoPi, Zero and Perkins. The Demco 42-foot trailer by CNH-Modding. Meadow Valley by Yannick24 and Le Santerre by AG-Modding have all had updates today. And so, starting off, this isn't an oddball one, but this is actually very cool. I like this. This is the Lizard 2000 by Holzs FS. It's 9.8 megabytes download. There is the support crane part, which is 7 slots. There's the actual cross-member support attachment, we want to call that, is 3 slots. Also comes with a seed bag and a fertilizer bag. These are 2 slots each, but then obviously once you've used them, they disappear. It's a 3-point link mounted crane arm, really, for loading pallets and seed bags and those kind of things into seeders, onto trailers, however you want to go about doing it. I was a bit worried because we had one recently and it would only attach to the bags that it came with, so I did grab a couple of others just to double check. I'm glad to report it does hook up to other things as well, because not only does it have an attachment configuration by pressing X, it also has tension straps which allows you to pick up all sorts of things. I'm assuming wood and whatever, because the tension straps, generally speaking, will do that kind of thing. This you will find under Tools and Miscellaneous. The one we've already got in game, we've already got in game. This was a mod that came with a big bag pack. So there was this big bag handling pack we had ages ago. It's along the similar lines, although this has got wheels, which takes the weight off the 3-point link because it rests it down on the ground. And I quite like that as an option. So there you go, the Lizard 2000, 12,500 to buy. Like I say, 7 slots for that. The support cross-member is 3 slots. And 500 for that. There are no options available. You get it in the red it comes in. And the same with the support big bag. You just get the support. As far as the actual bags go themselves, under big bags, there we go. Seed bag for 900, which is about right for 1,000 litres. 1,200 for 1,000 litres for the fertiliser. But like I say, it will hook up to other things as well, which is pretty cool. Now, it also has, in between the 2 wheel sections, a trailer hitch. So it's quite a versatile bit of kit, this. Obviously, when you kind of pick it up, you can transport it around like that on the 3-point link up in the air if you want to. L1 and circle lowers it down. So if you want to, you can drive around with it like that. The wheels do turn, so it makes it kind of versatile like that. The fact it's attached to the 3-point link and not extended in any way makes the turning circle of it very good. What we've also then got is L1 and right stick up and down, gives you up and down movement, side to side, swing side to side, and it goes out to 90 degrees. I said 90 degrees, that's not 90 degrees, is it? Or maybe it's a 90-degree swing, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, it's got a 90-degree swing on it, which is pretty cool. I like that. Now, the bags that it comes with, if we go over them, it gives us the option to attach. So if I just press X, hooks up to them, lift the bag up, and then we can either fill up seeders, fertiliser spreaders, load it onto a trailer, whatever you want to do with it. But because it's got tension straps as well, we can, if I go over a regular pallet, do the tension straps, and lift it up. What we can also do is on L1 and R1 and right stick, we can rotate the whole thing around as well. So when you come in to load up trailers and things, you can get it nicely lined up for whatever it is you want to do with it. Now, no, that wasn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to do that. Now, weirdly, these big bags, it does give you the option to attach, but it doesn't like it very much. I did give you the option, and now it's not going to. That's weird. Oh, when I first got this bag out, it let me. I can do it with tension straps, which is fine. I go at a slight angle like so. We can tension strap lift those ones, but it does give you a bit more versatility. Now the other thing about it I think is great is, like I say, it's got a trailer hitch, so we can hitch up to our trailer in between. When we get to where we're going, we can leave the trailer attached if we want to, within reason. This doesn't have an extension on it, but what I can do is then lift my bag up, bring it around, put it onto my trailer. But the problem is, because there's no in and out on the arm, it's a fixed arm, I can't bring that any closer to me. So I can get some bags on. I mean, if I bring it up, then you don't want to be dropping it from that sort of height. You can get the first couple on, if you wanted to. If not, you just... no, not that one. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Here we go. Do that and that. And then, like I say, just go and collect your bags up, whatever you want to do, put it onto your trailer and away you go, or just load up into seeders and fertiliser spreaders and whatever else you've got you want to put feed into, or seed into, or, you know, or like I say, wood if you want to do logs and things like that. I think it's a really cool bit of kit, that. I suppose the only downside is it doesn't have an extension on the arm itself. And it does say in the website on the Mod Hub, where are we? It has a system for adjusting the distance between tyres. I cannot find that option. I've done it on all different tool settings. I've done it on the main vehicle, the actual frame itself, and the cross member section. I can't find any option at all to adjust the wheel distance, the wheel spacing, to bring those out. So I mean, it works absolutely perfectly as it is, in all honesty. So there you go, that's the first mod. That's the Lizard 2000 by Holzs FS. Moving on. Next we've got this. This is the NewHolland 120 car. This by J.AModding, 6.75 megabytes download and 5 slots on console. It's another one along the lines of a gator, little utility vehicle type thing. Now, this does have a tiny problem in that you can have it as a NewHolland or you can have it as case. So you can change it to case decals and have it in red. However, in the NewHolland configuration, it still has the case logo on the back. I'm almost sure that's not supposed to be like that. The bed doesn't tip. It does have straps, as you can see, and the back does tip down. The other slight drawback with it is the actual bed in the back here doesn't have a capacity. So if I put in things like grain or whatever, or pig food, or whatever you might want to do with it, it doesn't actually have a capacity. So pallets and things, logs and things like that, maybe you'll be alright for. But it is, I suppose, in that respect, then fairly limited. You'll find this under vehicles, you'll find it under cars. 10,000 to buy, 23 horsepower. It is, oh, I said it's 5 slots already. When we click on it, options, we can change the main colour to red or blue. So if we go design, then next over gives us the case one, which actually matches up with the reed decal. It's not going to let me go back up there, is it? No, it's not. Let's do that again. It's one of those menus that, unfortunately, as soon as you go down to design, and I change that to case, it now won't let me go back up again to the colour. So if I wanted to change my mind, I have to come back out again. But yeah, so you can have it as a case one if you want. It does have a tow ball on the back of it. Those are your options. If we hop in, start up, lights, that's it, horn, 12 indicators, front and rear, like I say, L1 and X, puts down the tailgate. We can do the straps manually or from in cab, or in the driver's seat, let's just put it that way, from the driver's seat. I mean, it's fairly basic, there's not a lot to it. But there may be a use you'll find for it. It may be something you've been waiting for or looking for. So there you go. That's the NewHolland 120 car by J.AModding. Don't think there's anything I've missed on that. I'm pretty sure it doesn't tip. I couldn't find an option. It's just an unfold car, L1 and R1. There's no unload function to get that to tip. It is literally just the back like that. There we go. Well, that's that one. Moving on from there, we have got this. This is the Polish garage, Krycho or DWA. 5.05 megabytes download, 27 slots on console, so fairly high on the slot count. It's nicely detailed, but it seems like a lot of slots. It's a fairly small garage, but I say it's a nicely detailed Polish garage. It does have a light switch on the outside. I don't know why I turn that off because I'm going to need that. There you go. But the actual trigger for the outside light switch is quite a long way out. If you get too close, then you get to the door trigger, which opens that one. We've also got that one. And it is a drive-through, should you wish to drive through. And then we do have a light switch over here as well. We'll turn the lights on and off inside. There you go. Fairly straightforward on that, really. This you'll find under placeables, under sheds. 20,000 to buy. Like I say, 27 slots for the first one. That drops down to 2. I don't know how many of those you would be likely to place, but there you go. That's by Krycho DWA or Dwa. Next, we have got these, and this is what I mean about oddball. It's a very peculiar day today. These are the animal fuel tanks by Farmari99. These are 3 slots each, 2.19 megabytes download. We've got cat troll and pig troll. I mean, it's very amusing. I think it's very funny. I like it. These hold 3,000 litres. They're 5,000 to buy. I think it's that way round. To operate them, you need to open the nose, which is now not going to. There you go. Close hatch and open hatch. So that's obviously the cat. That's the pig. Like so. Nicely detailed inside there. You've got the pump and gauge and all that kind of stuff. Now, these come empty and they hold 3,000 litres. And it does say on the website on the Mod Hub, you have to open the hatch before filling and refueling. So they're empty. You have to fill them up first. I cannot fill them up. I've tried different tankers. I've tried in-game ones. I've tried modded ones. I can't get anything to come up to let me put any fuel into these. Which is a bit frustrating because if I just grab this quickly. When you then come up to it to refuel, like so, start filling and click on it, it's empty. There's nothing. I've got 0 litres in there of 3,000 and I can't get anything into it. There may well be a one particular tanker or a modded one. It doesn't say. There's no specific one it says you need to use. I can't get it to fill up. So it's a great idea and they look very funny. I don't mean that in a detrimental way or I'm not being rude, but they do. They look funny. There's something a bit different in it. These you'll find on the placeables and miscellaneous. Like I say, 5,000 each. If you find a tanker or something that allows you to fill them up, let me know. I tried on the front. I went around the backs of them. I had the hatch open because it says you need to. I couldn't get any kind of trigger to come up to let me put anything into it. Also couldn't get like start overloading, nothing like that. I couldn't get anything to come up. So if you do or have, just pop a comment in the comments. That'd be great because I'm baffled as it stands at the moment. Moving on from there, we have got. Oh, I know what I forgot. I need to go back up to the thing here. We've got these. Now these are, excuse me, technically 2 mods today. This is the Lizard MKV2 and MKV3 Universal. These are by D-S-Agrarservice, Kastor, Floowy, I think it is. I'm just going to double check that. I wrote it down, but my handwriting's terrible. I'm sure it says Floowy. Floowy, sorry. Floowy and Stephen alias W7K. We've got a smaller one and a larger one. The smaller one is only just a little bit smaller than the larger one, but the capacities vary wildly. And again, as part of Oddball Monday, there's something very strange about these. And it's what you can put into them. So, 7.38 megabytes for the smaller one. 6.68 megabytes for the larger one. Not sure why they're that way around. One's 11 slots, one's 10 slots. We have got some options available. These you'll find. Where were they? Under miscellaneous. So the MKV2 Universal is 55 grand for the base unit. The MKV3 Universal is 90 grand. And you'll see why in a moment when we... But look at the bottom, everything you can put in it, which is fine. Fuel, herbicide, liquid fertilizer. But then we get on to slurry and digestate again, fine. Wheat, barley, oats, canola, sunflower, soybean, corn, and seed. Now, I suppose all of those crop types do flow in a way because these don't take forage crops or anything like that. So I guess, in a way, it's odd because we've never come across, cylindrical tankers that do that. But I guess there is a certain flow to those types of crops. Options available, and the options are the same on both of these tankers. We can change the main colours to anything on that palette, and there are a few available in a kind of metallic-y colour. I do like the standard kind of stainless steel. It's a nice look. And then we get down to the kind of regular colours, but they're all still metallic options of. Rim colour, again, you've got a default one, which is a kind of stainless look, metallic, and then the others are all kind of coloured versions of. And then we've got Wheelbrand Lizard or Trelleborg. The Trelleborg is standard with wides, but they're a bit more low profile than the Lizard ones, as you can see. Then design, we've got none. The top walkway on the top, next one across is tread plate. So it puts like a checker plate on there, diamond plate. Then we've got license plate, which on the back, that's fine, license plate. Then we've got rivets. It's an interesting option. This menu's drive me mad. Yeah, rivets. If you look just down on that rear bumper, if I go back at one, and we've got license plate. Below the license plate, on that little thin ridge across the bottom there, if I now go to rivets, it puts a line of rivets along there. It's an interesting option. I haven't really come across before either. We can then have tread plate and license plate, which is the tread plate on the top, license plate down the bottom. We can have tread plate and rivets, license plate and rivets, or all of the additions. And then we've got capacity on this one. Standard at 17,000 litres, 21,000 litres extension middle, and then 25,000 litres extension big. So if we then go to the MKV3, all the other options are exactly the same. The only difference with this is the capacity starts at 30,000, goes to 40,000 or 50,000. The price ramps up a fair bit, up to nearly 100,000, and if you do a couple of other changes on there, you can just tip over 100 grand for a 50,000 litre capacity. But the odd thing, like I say, the oddball thing about it is what you can put in it. For example, the one I've got at the moment, I have soybeans in. Yeah, honestly, it's something a bit different, isn't it? So yeah, you can do your grain crops and things in that as well as fuel and liquid fertilizer and herbicide and milk and water and all those other things, but you can put some grain crops in it. So I suppose technically you've then got a 50,000 litre tanker that would be fairly universal, although if you'd just done a fuel run you really wouldn't want to be putting wheat in it or something like that unless it had a real good thorough clean out. It's a nice tidy mod. Lights on the back, indicators, top and bottom. What I am going to do is in a second tip it into the last of our mods for today. So yeah, that's that's I suppose the weird thing about it is what it takes. Other than that, it's a tanker and it looks like a tanker and does what a tanker should, you know. So there you go, the Lizard MKV 2 and 3 by D-S-Agrarservice, Kastor, Floowy and Stephen alias W7K. Which brings me on to the last of the oddball mods for today. This is by Tana. This is the Tardis Silo. It's actually not. This is the Silo Wood, but I'm going to call it the Tardis Silo. 1.68 megabytes download, only 4 slots on console. This will hold 10 million litres of everything, and I mean everything. It's a nicely made size. I'm assuming the rest of the 10 million litre capacity is underground. The light, I assume, is automatic as well because there's no switch or anything for it. At the end of the day, it's a silo. It holds what you need to, but this one's made of wood, so it's the Silo Wood. And I suppose, again, the odd thing about this is that we'll take absolutely, as far as I can tell, everything and 10 million litres. And it doesn't cost that much either. Also, slot count, only 4. It's almost too good to be true. It's one of those ones you think people will either love using it or they'll be anti using it because it's not realistic, or it will just disappear off the mods hub. You know, we get that happen quite a lot, don't we? But you will find this under placeables, under silos. There you go. It's only 30,000 for 10 million litres. And look along the bottom. Everything, pretty much. All the liquid stuff. Lime, pig food, forage, crops, everything. 10 million litres for 30 grand. I know a farm that might need one of these. So, what I'm going to do first of all is, just to show it's not a, not, because sometimes it depends what trailer you actually go up to a silo with. So I've already put some top-bits ration in there, but forage, chaff, wood chip, silage, grass, hay, straw, fertiliser, manure, pig food, lime, hay pellets, straw pellets if you've got the straw add-on, wheat, barley, oats, canola, sunflower, soybean, corn, potatoes, sugar beet, sugar cane, seeds, back to top-bits ration, which is great because I'm using a regular trailer. If I then grab the tanker that's not a tanker, because it's, well, it's still a tanker, I suppose. It's carrying soybean. That's when I come up to put my soybean in. It's such a weird, I suppose it's just because your mind's going, huh, what? Then obviously using this one, because you can get a different selection. You've still got wheat, barley, oat, canola, sunflower, all these things this tanker will take. Then we've got milk, fuel, water, diesel, herbicide, digestate, liquid fertiliser, slurry, diesel exhaust fluid, and back. So yeah, it takes everything. 10 million litres, 30 grand, 4 slots. And only 1.68 megabytes to download. And that's not the last mod, because I remembered the one that I said, oh, I need to go back up to the top. So I will finish off with that one. So that last one was the Silo Wood by Tana, which does bring me on to the last of the mods for today. So this is the it's a little Windrower. It is 5.35 megabytes download, 5 slots on console. It's made by KoPi. It's really, really nicely detailed. I mean, the attention to detail on it is fantastic. It's only, I think, a 2.9 meter one, I think. But yeah, nicely made Windrower. This you'll find under tools, under Windrowers. There you go, 4,500 to buy. 5 slots. Only requires 25 horsepower, 2.9 meters wide, will run at 8 miles per hour. We can change the rim colour to anything on that palette, like so. We can change the main colour also to anything on that palette. Now this one, it says new attacher joint or old attacher joint. I've clicked backwards and forwards. Nothing has actually changed that I can see, but potentially if you go for one of those, when you hook up to something, it might put something else. I couldn't see anything that changed on there, in all honesty. But anyway, what we'll do, let's just hook up to it. So, unfold Windrower, puts in its position for operation, turn on Windrower. There's the little kind of, I mean, it's a plate to some degree, but just to stop the grass flinging out too far, so you get your windrow off to the side. There you go. That's the GA3201G by KoPi, which brings me to the end of this mod review today. I think that's it. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.